Afternoon, guys. Same process as usual. We've got mics on either side. If you can indicate to say you'd like to ask a question. If you can please introduce yourself by name and organisation, and we will set an embargo partway through for this evening.
Hello, Pep. Fraser from Sky Sports here. Before the international break, you were hoping you would have quite a few players coming back from injury. Can you tell us what the situation is with everybody at the moment?
Everybody come back fit, and the players, Fernandinho, Kevin, Vincent, who else? Yeah, everybody is okay.
Obviously, of the international players that went out, one of the performances that really stood out for a lot of people was Raheem Sterling. Gareth Southgate said that he thinks that maybe he could be an England captain one day. How impressed were you by his performances for England?
Well, it's good for the national team, for us as well, of course, but for the national team. Good performance, amount of goals and chances he creates. It's good.
Unfortunately, he was also the subject of some racial abuse. Was that particularly upsetting for you to see?
Yeah, of course. But this is a work or a job or whatever. You have to every day complaining when it's happened what happened. So we have to be there every single day, and Raheem with his behavior show us the reality of our society.
Back to the Premier League this weekend. Is there any advantage or disadvantage at all for you playing your game a day before Liverpool plays theirs against Tottenham?
It's as always. The last 2 months asking the same, so it's as always. So calendar is what it is. So we cannot control Sky, BT, Premier League decide when we have to play, we play.
And when you look at how things were this time last year, having come back from an international break, you went on to win the Premier League, obviously, but missed out on the Champions League. Have things changed a lot since then? Have you learned lessons from how things were coming back after another international break?
Well, I would say after international break, we came back good. We took results. So I think that the rhythm for the points for the last season is quite similar. So we have done incredible amount, huge points, but we have a contender last season we didn't have it, like make the same incredible, huge amount of points. So now we are going to play 11 games, sure, definitely 11. And if we deserve to play 12, maybe 14, but maybe 15. But to happen that, you have to deserve it. But we're going to play 11 games, 8 left for the Premier League. So game by game, we'll see what happens.
Just finally from me, we had the news through yesterday that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got the job as Manchester United manager. How impressed have you been by the way he's gone about things there? And do you think Manchester United are now going to be far more of a threat in the next couple of seasons with him there?
Well, United is always incredible opponent. So, of course, congratulations for Solskjaer for what he has done incredible in terms of results, the way they play. So wish him all the best.
Pep, Simon Stone, BBC. Do you think that the problem of racism within European football is getting worse?
I think in Europe, not in football. It's getting worse, yeah.
Is that a concern for you?
Yeah, of course. I'm a human being. Yeah, it's not nice.
There's been talk that players, managers, probably referees, in instances such as the one in Montenegro, should have the power to simply walk off the field. What do you feel about that?
We could do that. We could do that. So we have football is a strong weapon. In the not nice words to say, is a strong weapon to defend the principles of humanity. So I remember a long time ago the people said you cannot mix football and politician. That is not true. So politician is in everywhere, the human rights is in everywhere. A long time ago in Valencia was hitting, he didn't play because it was a Nazismus flag behind the goal. So, and stop it. So when the club or the players or the organization decide to do it, of course, from my side, we're going to follow them.
Would you do it yourself?
We could do that, yeah. If I'm not alone in the club. I'm part of the club. Of course, I have to be involved in the club, the chairmen and the CEOs, and of course my captain, the team, the players. When we all together decide we can good signal to do that, why not? So you have to. The situation changing when you do something. If not, it's impossible. The situation is always the same. So that's why when people like him or the other cases, express what they express is a good for the future for our society be better.
Pep, on that, is a walk-off or that kind of demonstration, if you like, is that enough? I mean, what would you like the authorities to do to clubs or countries that are found guilty of this?
But the problem is not about the football itself. It's the society. What happened in Europe and the right side, the extreme right side is going there. And the message they're going to sending, to win the election to the votes, we are not safe. So it's not a problem, the football, it's the society itself.
And just back on to the football, it's 3 weeks since you've played a Premier League game. How hard is it now with everything so close and so much at stake to switch back on now into the Premier League focus?
Last 7 months it happened. We played different competitions the last 7 months, so it's not a problem. So it's going to happen. Now we played 2 games in Premier League, and after we come back, Cup, Champions League, come back. So it's where it is. Game by game competition, new one. We know what you have to do. You want to be until the end, fight for the Premier League. So that's all. It's easy.
Hi, Pep. Jonathan Smith from ESPN. Just in terms of the first team, is Benjamin Mendy ready for tomorrow?
Yeah.
And is he 100%, or do you have to manage his fitness at the moment, or his injuries?
Of course, he needs time, yeah. So, but he trained the last 3 days, and the reaction he needs really good.
So you see him playing a big part in the next to the end of the
Hopefully.
season?
Now we have, except Fabian Delph, the other people is fit, and we have 21, 22 players, and that's good. They have to compete each other to take one place in the position.
Hi, Pep. Ian Beddow, ISN TV. What do you make of what Scott Parker's been doing at Fulham?
Well, I saw the last 3 games because in this time I had more time to watch games. So Leicester and Chelsea and Liverpool, especially at home. So against tough opponents like Chelsea, Liverpool, they were close. So they tried to play like with Jokanovic in the beginning. And for a few details, they don't win the games or they don't take points, but they play well. So Mitrovic in the box is so dangerous, and all of them, they have a good quality players. Babel is so fast, still come back for the national team from Dutch. So I don't see the table, so I see how they do, okay, they have done since Scott Parker is the manager, and they have doing not results, but really well.
When a club changes manager, though, does that change your thinking on how you approach the game?
Well, when you change the manager, when happened in Huddersfield, and I didn't watch not one single game about what they try to figure out what they want to do, is more difficult. But at the end, they play three games, and of course they play with different systems, or 4-4-2, or 4-1-4-1, or 5 in the back in the last minutes against Liverpool. The setup, change sometimes, but the way they want to play is quite clear.
Set the embargo for 10:30 this evening, please, guys.
Pep, just on Mendy, he's obviously had 2 serious knee injuries, and there's been a lot of disruption, niggles before. Have you got any concern